Boom. Spoiler filled. Don't forget. But so, couple things. Number one, I've moved into a new spot. Number two, I'm living with one of my.
That's right. We just got done seeing Endgames.
My cousin Dominic.
I'm still kind of screwed up from it.
My boy, you know what I'm saying? And so we just got out of my second viewing for Avengers Endgame. We seen it, hold on a second. I just want to make sure I can see myself. And
make sure the motherfucking camera's good, because Endgame was fucking fantastic. I'm gonna curse a lot.
Right. But what alright, so I got out my second viewing of the film, right? Saw it in IMAX both times. He came with me. We saw this movie at 7:30 a.m. today, okay? So I woke up at like 5 a.m., right, to come scoop him up, right? And we saw the film, and I didn't have a chair, in case you're wondering. Long story, but
hey, we just moved in.
But anyway, Game of Thrones, season 8, episode 3 is like tonight. So like fuck. But yeah, I'm not editing anything.
And I haven't seen none of it.
Me and wow, the box is collapsing. But either way, me and Dominic, we're gonna talk about and dissect and have a spoiler-filled conversation about Avengers Endgame. And I'm gonna pull up the cast in case we like space out on names or something.
I'm going to.
Because there's like 22 fucking films at this point. But what did you think about Endgame? This is you saw it for the first time today in IMAX.
What did I think about
Endgame?
The Endgame?
Yeah, short little summary. What did you think about Endgame?
Kind of speechless in a way. It's like watching a fantasy movie, superhero movie,
yeah,
science fiction, of course, all blended into one. Emotional, some tear jerkers up in there. I had to like look at the corner of the screen.
Yeah.
At the last part, couple parts actually, like.
Yeah.
When Black Widow was talking to Cap, no, she was talking to Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
And trying to hold them tears in, I kind of felt that. I was like, God, that's just messed up.
Yeah.
And long story short, I give it a 10 out of 10 right off the bat. I know that's usually at the end of the video. But.
Oh yeah. When it comes to like, and we're going full spoilers. Like for me, I give it 10 out of 10, and you're giving it a 10 out of 10. I think I'm just gonna go all over the fucking place. I don't know what time is it. I'm gonna go all over the fucking place until I'm satisfied. Cause I love this fucking movie. Wasn't it fucking good?
I don't even know.
And we dodged the spoilers. I'm gonna.
I was dodging spoilers. I'm not gonna toss that box.
But
goddamn side.
But like we dodged the spoilers. You know what I'm saying? I dodged the spoilers. You said you did as well, I believe. And I thought we did a good job.
I only seen one trailer. Like it was the first or second. No, it was the first one definitely. As soon as they dropped that first trailer, I was on it. But after that, I didn't watch any more trailers.
Really?
Not that I wanted to, I just happened not to. And then I didn't see any spoilers. I didn't talk to anybody who really saw it. I didn't go on social media for real. So.
Yeah. I think the day of the day of like I signed out of all my social medias. Like I didn't use any search engines, you know. Like bullshit. It was serious. Like I was avoiding spoilers. And I didn't get spoiled.
People were spoiling it like they're fucking sending anthrax to the mail or some shit like that. That's how they were doing it. Like it was some kind of. I just want to spoil the movie. Oh, I got this clip.
Right?
Like, get the fuck out of here. I can't stand that shit.
Yo, make a goofy face. Right? Like pretend like we're taking a picture on 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright. That might be the thumbnail.
I kept thinking
I'm not editing this. I'm not editing this. I just want to take like what's in here and just project it over here. I don't want to go home and spend 4 hours editing. Okay, this is gonna be a stream of consciousness.
Right. Yeah. I kept thinking at work, like some random workers was gonna come in. They're gonna be talking with each other, and I was gonna be sitting there at my desk. They're gonna be like, Endgames.
blah blah blah, and I would have to get over the samurai sword and just.
But anyway, can you bring up that box office information really quick? Because this is insane. This is historic. Okay, it's fucking Sunday, and me and my buddy Josh, we've been talking about, does Endgame have the capacity to become the #1 highest grossing film of all time? And this just in. This is from Variety, okay? And, I actually kind of want to see this for the future. You see that? This is what I'm about to read. All right?
Variety.
Okay, and Variety is very credible. See? Boom. That's what I'm about to read. Avengers obliterates, and it made worldwide $1.2 billion this weekend.
Billion!
Okay. The opening weekend demolished box office records with a stunning 350 million, with 350 million in North America domestically. 350 million.
Sensory overload.
That's never been done before, Don.
Almost died in that theater.
China generated an astounding 329 million over its 5-day launch weekend. Holy shit. Endgame topped the year-old Infinity War records by nearly 100 million domestically and a jaw-dropping 560 million worldwide. Anthony and Joe Russo.
The Hulk.
Those are the directors. The Hulk?
When they first showed the Hulk, I wasn't expecting that. Even though
The 22nd Marvel film, Endgame.
22nd.
Yeah, 22nd.
That's gonna be a big
22 films. 22 films.
big ass box set when that comes out.
Right.
Which I'll have to get.
But you were talking about the Hulk.
The Hulk, when they first showed him eating breakfast and shit, I already knew it was gonna be a great movie. But when I seen that, cause I got sick of fucking the regular Hulk.
Yeah.
And him from Ragnarok, that was great. We didn't get to see him in the last movie, Infinity War. He was the Hulk the whole time.
No, I thought Hulk in this movie was fantastic. I love how when we first see him, we're at like a diner or a restaurant, and the characters around him are kind of wigged out, and he's like, yeah, this is confusing times, and it felt like something out of Alice in Wonderland.
Yep.
Like it tripped me out. This Mark Ruffalo Hulk hybrid I thought looked perfect. I thought like if we were to press pause and we were to zoom in and we were to zoom in on the textures of his face, it would all look like photorealistic and like you could lick it or touch it or whatever. Like he looked like he was actually there. The special effects were fucking amazing at all times, mind you.
At all times. This looked like Mark Ruffalo literally transformed into the Hulk.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Like the Thanos's henchmen that were a little downplayed in this film, like Ebony Maw, that one evil wizard bastard who points and
he's
shit.
Always pointing at shit.
Yeah.
It's always...
their CGI looks great. Thanos looks even better, maybe CGI wise.
His little henchmen were badass in the last movie, bro. All the asses back.
And because this was Thanos in a different time period. Let's start at the beginning, right? At the beginning of the movie's coming on, and the first thing happens that there's a cold open, and the movie just opens up. There's no opening credits. There's no opening logos. The movie just comes on, and the first thing we see, the first frame that we see is his daughter. We see a bow and arrow. We see the tip of the arrow and he's with Hawkeye. Jeremy Renner's with his family, and then boom, his family members get zapped away by
Dawson's Creek at a nice sunny afternoon, eating bratwursts and hot dogs with mayo.
Yeah. Now I know you haven't seen HBO's The Leftovers, but we got to watch it.
I do need to see that.
We got to watch it.
Oh yeah.
Damien Lindelof, Lost.
Mm-hmm.
He's
really?
behind that. Yeah. That show's got a lot of goodies, but that show is about, there's a certain percentage of the world's population that just vanished one day.
I did not know that.
Without trace.
I had no idea.
And then years go by, and then the show picks up then.
I was getting that mixed up with that show with Jesse from Breaking Bad. He's not in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm thinking about something else.
No. But The Leftovers is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's only 3 seasons.
I know it got a great soundtrack. I know that for sure.
Oh my god.
Max Richard.
Liv Tyler's in there.
Is she?
Yeah, and but I love that show, and Endgame gave me a lot of Leftover vibes.
Yeah, because they were leftover shit, like some leftover pot roast.
And I'm trying to think. So when the movie snaps on, oh yeah, Jeremy Renner, when his family is snapped away, I thought that was a brilliant cold open. It's weird. The first time I saw the film, the movie is so dense with information, and the movie is so overwhelming when it comes to just like character development, character arcs, situational complexities, or these little subplots, whatever. That I just got overwhelmed, so I didn't have a big emotional response at all
It was really
when I first saw it. But when I saw the film again today for a second time on the second viewing, I realized oh my god, okay, I love the movie. And I might have some little nitpicks, but I don't have any substantial flaws. I love the movie. Holy fuck! It blows
I don't have
my mind.
any substantial flaws at all. There's always.
I thought I did, but I love the movie, and I had there's 2 or 3 moments in the film where my eyes actually welled up with tears.
I was either smiling like a little kid, I was like, oh shit, or I had to look away from the screen because I was about to get those water jerks happening. So it was 3 of those things. Those are 3 great things. And a movie can make you feel emotions running up your legs and shit all the way up, feeling that in different kind of ways. That's what it was doing. All the emotions was there. Excitement, fucking, like I said, I wanted to cry. I started in a superhero movie.
Yeah.
God damn me, at 30 years old. Man.
Yeah, I think the 3 points were seeing old man Captain America, and then the Jeremy Renner with his family getting snapped away, which is crazy because that's the first 3 minutes of the movie or something.
They're having a great day too. Great fucking day.
And then there was a third. What was the third thing? There was a third thing that made me. Oh yeah. Tony Stark dying. Tony Stark dying as Iron Man.
Said, I am Iron Man.
Well, first, oh my god, but Tony Stark dying as Iron Man. What killed me is that when he was kind of sitting up there, you could tell he was fading out. When Pepper comes over. And she's like, you know what? It's all right. What was she saying?
She had to tell him that we're gonna be good. Yeah. She had to tell him that because he would have kept trying to hold on. He was trying to hold on to life, and she was like, "No, remember what he said in the first part of the movie? I can't get rest, for real. He's I'm gonna try to get some rest or whatever like that, but he can't get rest. And somebody said I can't get rest until I know that." I can't get full rest or something like that. I'm gonna sleep he said when I fade out,
I'll think of you.
Yeah, and I'm gonna sleep the same way.
When he was dying on the spaceship.
Yeah, and that ended up coming back.
Yeah.
She gave him basically permission to. We're gonna be good.
Yeah, let go.
Yeah, let go. We're gonna be good.
Kind of like in I guess I can't say that, but anybody who's seen Christopher Nolan's Insomnia, you know where I was going to go. But anyway, in the third act. But anyway,
Robin Williams and Christopher.
I wish I could throw that out there, but that's technically a big spoiler about Insomnia. But it's a great film. Go watch it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
yeah, he directed that.
Yeah.
God damn.
Endgame. What were we just talking about?
Talking about Tony dying.
Oh yeah, Tony dying. That was the thing that killed me about watching Tony die is that okay, so he finally got to sleep, but Pepper's emotional response to watching Tony Stark die literally made me almost start choking up. I almost had to look away.
She held it strong.
Yeah.
At first, she had to hold it strong. So Like she held that shit, so he wouldn't feel like he could let go, like you said. He was able to let go and knowing that he succeeded in what he did and everything was good. And okay, now I'm good. Let me go ahead and go to sleep now. I've done all this shit. This dude's been working so goddamn hard ever since the beginning, ever since even before the Thanos shit, and now it just came to a wraps. He was the first Marvel movie, at least in this universe. And now it basically ended with him, like this part of it, these 22 films, it ended with him dying.
Yeah.
And then you got the Cap thing.
Yeah.
Dude, and Black Widow.
Yeah. She sacrificed herself. She and well, first of all, just Jeremy Renner and ScarJo just in Vormir, where Gamora died in the last film, and this is where Scarlett Johansson dies, and they both tried to kill themselves because of their past, and just like these two humans being in this completely wigged out fantasy world was pretty surreal, and seeing them around Red Skull was pretty surreal.
When I first seen that in Infinity War, I loved that, how they did that.
Yeah.
Because in the comic books, that character was, of course, somebody different in that world, or whatever that aspect of that world was in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
But in the movies, the way they made it Red Skull, it almost looks like an angel of death type thing, because somebody has to die. Somebody has to die, like it has to be a sacrifice. So it's all like metaphoric in a way, the way they did that. And dude, I didn't like her dying either. Like I loved everything about the movie, but when people, like, of course we don't like seeing the characters die, because this is a movie we're rooting for them. It's not like it's a horror movie and you don't.
Yeah. Well, they just killed Scarlett Johansson almost, like they even, just like with Gamora, they even like showed a close up of her just like fucking dead. With, like,
she was pancakes.
just little squirt of blood.
Oh my God.
I was like, Jesus
Jeremy's
Christ.
just holding on.
It's just so surreal. It was so surreal. Like Jeremy Renner's performance in that moment where he's hanging off the mountain, he's just like,
he gotta kind of hang on at the same time while he's trying to look. He's like,
and when the everything like the sky like booms and everything lights up the color white, and Jeremy Renner's like, as the screen turns white. It's brilliant filmmaking. It's just brilliant
dream type shit.
Brilliant filmmaking. But let's go back to the beginning of the film really quick, because the movie opens strong. Jeremy Renner's family getting snapped. We see this grief-stricken world, and then they sort of we see that bit with like Iron Man, and then he gets rescued by Captain Marvel, and it gave me goosebumps where like you see this light coming.
Oh, dude!
And he starts to wake up, and like you see Captain Marvel like reflected in his inner pupil, and we slowly realize as Captain Marvel has come.
It was like he saw a cosmic angel or something. That's what it was.
That was a perfect description.
That's what it was like. Anyway, and his way of waking up was perfect too. You saw his eyes flutter before he woke up. You could tell he was woke before he actually opened his eyes, because that's usually how it is. Like for a lot of people, especially when you're dreaming, you'll wake up but you won't open your eyes first, and that's how he was doing it. The acting, little details like that. Like he was just in the chair, like, what the fuck?
Right. So she rescues Tony Stark and Nebula, and then they figure out, I guess they follow the energy trail that Thanos left. They follow like remnants of so they follow that, and they find him, and they go to the planet where he is real fucking quick, okay? And then and even Captain America's like, let's go get this son of a bitch. And I was like, whoo!
Let's go get
So
this
they
nigga.
they go there, and then fucking Thor chops his fucking head off.
Thor just like, you want to make soup and shit? After first he chopped his arm off, then chopped his head off. What's the name? The raccoon. What the fuck?
Oh yeah,
what are
Rocket.
you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Dude. And then we cut Thanos' head off, like, this little squirt of blood just like splashed Nebula in the face.
Oh,
and I was like, what the fuck?
And she just
What the
like
fuck?
to go from
Oh
what
my
she
God.
was, to go from what she was to being able to see his head get chopped off and not really react. Dude,
It was insane. I couldn't believe that they actually that Marvel, the Disney, like just like it was just like yeah we can allow that to happen.
hey,
And-
we're not hitting the rated R mark.
And Thor was like, I aimed for the head this time or whatever. And then what's even crazier is like, okay, so when we see Thanos, like he's just like making a quick meal.
Let's make it a quick,
You know what I'm
making
saying?
some stew.
You know, you can tell that the snap really fucked him up. You know, it looks like he's got like 3rd-degree burns, and he's like fucking looks like he's like physically disabled now. And
He looked like he's in the
handicapped.
best recovery center ever.
Yeah,
He's recovering from being
doing his goddamn job.
He wasn't. I was about to say he's recovering from being a dumbass, but
He did his goddamn job.
Yeah.
And he succeeded.
Just like
and
I said
then-
last year, he had some points.
And then Captain Marvel flies in, you know, or they all coming in like motherfucker.
Guns blazing.
They're fucking Captain America walks in, fucking all looking like a badass, you know.
fresh combed hair, he just walks in.
And then we learn that he's effectively destroyed the stones,
And
so
their
they
faces.
can't they can't use the stones. That's insane. I've talked about, you know, like I've envisioned like a dream version of this film, and I wrote down what would be the requirements for that, and I've made a video about this, or videos, blah blah blah. But anyway. There's a couple things on that list that like kind of happened. Like I remember one of the things on there that I wrote down would be like, you know, very early on I would have Thanos destroy the stones so that they can't use them, and that actually happened. That actually happened. That was so dope.
I didn't expect that. I
Oh
didn't
my
expect
God.
them to have to use quantum physics and have to go through time.
Oh, the quantum realm
build a map,
via
have a reference
Ant-Man.
points.
Yeah.
I love Ant-Man.
Man, they just and then after they cut off Thanos' head, it says like 5 years later.
Grimly.
Yeah, and you can hear people gasp in the audience, and like these characters have gone 5 years being completely untethered.
Captain Marvel got a new cut. She went to a new barber or some shit.
You have the Justin Bieber
Fresh
barber
new
shop.
cut. She got sick of that hair just flying in her face, I guess.
Jerry Renner got some kind of sideways action going, and
He said,
fucking.
"Fuck it, I'm ready to kill everybody."
Cap is clean shaven, I believe. He doesn't got, you know, no more Infinity
Cap's
War.
being Captain America.
Right.
Perfectly.
Suits looking fresh.
And it's not annoying.
Shit. What?
He had the fresh old suit too. He hasn't worn that suit since that Avengers.
Yeah.
Since the first Avengers. That fucking crisp blue suit. Remember when he went back in time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then we see thanks to like some rats, some random stray rats. Does something to like some wires or something, and then like the van shakes and out pops Ant-Man, and then it's like 28 days later for a few minutes. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then Ant-Man's like, "What's going on here? What happened? Hey kid, what happened?"
cheeseburgers.
And then God, there's so much in this movie. There's so much. Like it's almost too much. It's 3 hours and two. This movie made 1.2 billion in like a weekend, and it's like 3 hours and 2 minutes.
Dude,
This is historic. It hit 300 million domestically, it seems, and this is historic. It's literally historic. I just found this out for the first time. Endgame hits over 300 domestically and 1.2 billion worldwide. This is insane. I think this is like the best superhero film. And you know, I said that Infinity War was the best superhero film of all time, and now I think I might have to say that Endgame is the best superhero.
That's
film
how much ass
of
they're
all
kicking.
time.
Because the
Okay.
best superhero film after that was Endgames. I thought the same thing. Infinity War was like the best superhero film. Like we was talking about in the car.
Yeah.
I don't really count Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight
trilogy as like a superhero
Films.
film.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause that's something in its own.
It's just like taking. Yeah, I feel where you're coming from with those statements.
But superhero film,
I think this might be the best one, man. I mean, there's just so much
hands down.
awesomeness in the film.
Because when you think about another superhero film that you're gonna try to say that is better than that or is the best superhero film, everybody has their preferences and what they love. Like, but Marvel's kicking ass. Like Marvel has taken over that genre.
Yeah, like because of Ant-Man, they start thinking about the quantum realms. They start thinking about time travel.
It's all weaving together.
You know, they go to the Hulk about this, about his thoughts on time travel, which I thought was pretty trippy. And then like you know, they go to Tony Stark, and he finally thinks. Tony Stark thinks of a way to effectively time travel using like, and he thought like that Mobius strip or whatever, and he like tells Pepper Potts like, hey, I figured out time travel. And then they build like this insane platform, this time machine, and they do this first test run with Ant-Man, and it kind of malfunctions. So like Ant-Man, he time travels, he comes back, he's a baby. He time travels, he comes back, he's an old man. You know, and it fucks up like that. That whole part was really, really trippy and funny. But
it's like when they did that, instead of like sending him back, they rearranged him in a way. Instead of sending him actually back somewhere, they just sent him forward and back, like physically. They didn't send him to a place.
Yeah.
And with Iron Man, think about how like deep that was mentally for like to try to convince him to leave this. Basically, he has like, even though things are fucked up, but he has his family. Like he has his wife, he has his daughter. Things are perfect. I love you 3,000, shit like that, and making grilled cheeses and fucking. They got the river. They got a goddamn.
Yeah. Tony Stark, he could have, even though Thanos has been beheaded and it's been like 5 years, and half of everybody is gone. He could live a comfortable life, you know. But like Captain America says, some people might give up, but not us.
And it's here comes that rest factor of the movie. He could not rest. Like she said, you will not be able to rest if you continue and like he said he wanted to like weigh that ideal down and drop it in the sea or some shit and forget about it. Even though he figured out how to actually effectively time travel, he wouldn't be able to forget about it. Like he'd always think about it, even if he tried to push it in the back of his mind. Like that's some mental ass shit, because he couldn't be selfish in that situation. Even though it wouldn't technically be selfish, but it kind of would be on the grand spectrum of everything. And he was like, I felt that shit. He could just stay there, throw some logs in the fireplace.
And kept on moving, but no.
But back in his mind, he would kept saying Captain America's face.
And that one scene where there was like the AA meeting and Captain America was there, and so the film directors are Anthony and Joe Russo, and the key character in this scene during that AA meeting, the character was played by film director Joe Russo, and what's interesting is that let me see here, so Joe Russo. It's like apparently he's the first openly gay character in a Marvel superhero film, and that whole scene where like his character's talking and like Captain America is like unfazed, and like we're getting a lot of like classic like Captain America body language and mannerisms that are reminiscent of like stuff you would see in like Mad Men or men from like the 40s or 50s.
Yes, you're right. And he had no like, there's no judgment on that. He's just like trying to help people kind of move forward, like whatever it is they're doing. He's like, man, go on another date with the guy. He's like, try it again. Like, he classic Captain America. He's trying to see like the good side.
Chris Evans is Captain America.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like he's like, and now he's like done. But, but like, I mean, 22 films, and he gave us so much time with his version of Captain America, and God, there's so many moments in this film with Captain America. Like Captain America fighting himself was hilarious. Was crazy
and hilarious. And
yeah.
we thought we was gonna see that Winter Soldier elevator scene again.
Oh yeah, but then they flipped it. And then they had fucking Captain America who was just like, no, it's okay. Hail Hydra. I was like, holy fuck.
They were like,
holy shit.
he knows.
Holy shit. That blew my mind.
Perfect use of time travel.
I thought when I first saw it, I was like, well, it still kind of is. Like I don't have any substantial flaws, but I do have like a list of nitpicky ones. Like the time travel does still feel a bit extremely oversimplified, you know. But at the same time, like...
Oh, you mean like how they could go back and not change?
It's just like the way that they execute the time travel scenes just feels very oversimplified. It just feels very like simplistically displayed to the point that it's like, I mean, for God's sakes, you guys might as well have just had guns that you point at a wall and it opens a portal and you step through the portal and you're in a different time zone. It might as well have just been that easy, but...
Yeah.
Because like, and I could be biased because I really love time travel stories. I'm literally working on like a time travel horror story, a big one actually. And I don't know, when I think of great time travel stories, they're always like very complex or confusing or, you know, just really intricate. So when I watched this film, I was just like, I don't know, this is like the most sugar-coated, G-rated sort of
Guess they have to
version of time travel. But the movie is for kids, for God's sake.
They had to throw enough sauce on that to where it felt like they put effort into doing it, but not so much to where it overcomplicated it. Like,
yeah.
But I can see what you're saying. Like,
yeah, I mean, if there was a simple approach and a really complex approach, I think they took the simple approach.
Yeah.
That's not up to my taste level, but I get it. I mean,
Right.
I mean, it is a kid's film at the end of the day. I don't know that you want people bringing like notebooks and sheets of paper to the movie because they're trying to figure it out. It's so fucking confusing. So I get it. But,
yeah, I can see what it did.
But I would have got a kick out of having people come to the theater, but with notebooks and sheets
be
of
learning
paper
shit
and trying to figure it out and trying to crack it like it's some live cipher around the world that no one can solve. But the movie was just incredible. There's just so many layers. I think if we're talking about is it emotionally impactful, I think it substantially is. In many scenes, those scenes that made me tear up, for example, are pretty immense. I think the action sequences are really fun and unusually entertaining. The characters, each character feels like they got a spotlight and a moment to shine. You know, the acting was pretty great from everybody.
Hell yeah. Rest in peace, Tony.
Right, Tony Stark is fucking dead. He got to like wear a gauntlet with the stones and snap, and he was like, you know, I am Iron Man, and that was like his last words. And there was no post credit sequence, which is like a first.
Right. But
at the very end, when all the credits are gone, there is a moment where there's just like blackness, and you just hear like a hammer hitting metal, and then that's it. And a lot of people are theorizing that's sound of some random scene of Iron Man and Iron Man 1 like working on the original Iron Man suit. Yeah. That's what people are theorizing what that means.
So what you think the next, I guess I would say, like, generation of the Marvel films are going to continue with Brie Larson, Spider-Man?
So Phase 4 is coming up, but no one 100% knows what exactly we're going to see. you know, a lot of rumors that there might be like a Black Widow movie or like Silver Surfer or
That's why I'm scared.
Doctor Doom or whatever the fuck.
That's why I said I'm
Who
scared.
knows?
Not scared in a bad way, but I'm scared like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what's gonna happen now? Like this,
I don't know.
there's never been this type of like chronological superhero film.
Franchise?
Yes, never.
Yeah.
But they tried, but
No, this is like reaching like Harry Potter if it's not already over.
I think it's
Well,
over.
it's probably destroyed.
I think it's over.
It's probably destroyed Harry Potter financially and
Yeah.
on any other cinematic status or record. It's probably just obliterated. I'm looking at all the characters here. Paul Rudd did really well as Ant-Man.
Yeah, they
There's
brought
one.
him.
There's one moment where he saw like someone he loved had, you know, he had returned to him, and he like went to hug him, and like he had this like crying moment. I was like, holy fuck, he did really great. I love Rocket Raccoon. Rocket Raccoon is such a fucking like I love his character. Now it's. I remember when I first saw him, I was like, it's a fucking talking raccoon. But now, like, I don't even think about it.
I didn't even think about it at all.
I don't even think
It was just him.
Seeing Pepper Potts and her new suit was insane. There was one shot of like her and Iron Man like flying around each other, and I was like, ah!
That was like fucking anime or some shit watching that. Dude.
What the fuck? And then seeing them. What was interesting is that they were time traveling, but they were like going back to like classic moments in the MCU. So it's almost like not only is this like not only is this a series finale, not only are we saying goodbye to the people that we started with, but it's like in this movie we're almost taking like a little road trip.
And a homage, a vacation homage.
Yeah, we're like literally going back in time. Like in Jurassic Park where they go on that tour to see the dinosaurs or whatever. Or in Westworld where they go on tours to see like the, you know,
another movie tried to do that.
Landscape.
Resident Evil, when they kind of did that, they went back into like, kind of brought back the first movie, even though those movies kind of suck.
Yeah.
But that's another movie that tried to do something like that, try to pay homage to the beginning.
Yeah.
This is a movie that successfully did that. Like.
Yeah, and that's so wild. Like we're going back to moments from like Thor: The Dark World, I think, and I don't know. We're just going from like 2012 to 2014 to 2013, and like even 2014, Thanos becomes like the villain of the present day, even which was insane, right? When he bombs the first of all, the Hulk put on the Infinity Gauntlet and then they snapped and his arm was all mangled and like disabled and he's like complete. So he's like out of commission as the Hulk like forever now, which is kind of insane. But then like the Avengers compound gets bombed by Thanos from like from 2014 and shit, and I was just like, boo!
They get fucked up.
Mind blown.
They get fucked up when they bomb them. Like,
what the fuck? Like when Captain America was fighting Thanos and Captain America had Mjolnir, the hammer, I was like, ah! And like they were just going in it, like the way we used to play with action figures.
Yeah. See how he was about to be fucked. You see how he strapped that shield up?
Oh yeah, but remember when the Thanos' blade actually like cut through
right into the shield?
Yeah.
Just like
and then the Cap went to tighten it.
They went right on his face.
He was ready to die. He was ready to die.
And then you hear Sam's voice. You hear Sam's like, Steve, to your left. He came back alive and was already suited and ready for action.
Yes.
As if they never died. As if it never happened.
Sam Wilson.
So I'm on your left, Cap.
Yeah. And then we see those Doctor Strange portals and wormholes open up, and we see all these different realms through these. We see all these different locations through the portals, all these different realms, and all these different entities come out, and the cast.
So Wakandans came through.
Right.
goddamn Black Panther.
And then, like virtually, almost like everybody in the MCU that's a hero is in one space running towards Thanos and his army, and they all like collide into each other and battle like this gangs in New York.
For 1 second, I thought that like, what if when they were charging, the movie ended right there? I thought I knew it wasn't gonna happen.
No,
I thought that
Spider-Man was in there, Doctor Strange was in there, Black Panther, I guess the Hulk was there, or I think just everyone. It was insane.
Mr. Stark.
And Thanos was just so vicious, he said something like, "You guys did all of that, and for what? It brought you right back to me." I was like,
when he said a lot of times when I do stuff like this, it's never personal. He's like, he's like, but this.
"Oh yeah, like destroying your planet."
He's like, I'm gonna enjoy this.
I'm gonna enjoy it. I was like, "You evil purple son of a bitch."
He's like, you motherfuckers are messing with my plan.
And when Thanos died, well, first off, even when it was just, by the way, Fat Thor was really left field and hilarious. But when Fat Thor, when he's holding like both hammers, and it's Thor and it's Captain America and it's Iron Man. But when the three of them are walking towards Thanos, we see this like downward shot of like their legs walking towards Thanos, who's just like sitting down holding his blade, and then they have this insane little battle where it's like those three versus Thanos.
They were the first three to fight each other in the first Avengers. They were the first three to fight each other.
That movie was so fucking good.
Hell yeah.
It was so good.
Just got up like R. Kelly.
Wait, what did R. Kelly say in that video?
He got up. You're ruining my career. 30 years! 30 years of my career!
30 years!
My goddamn career! Robert?
My motherfuckers! This is my motherfucking life! I think that's what he said.
My kids are trying to fight for my kids!
Oh, that's what he said. He was like, "Y'all killing it!" He was like, "You're killing it!" Anyway.
Alright.
We're just gonna wipe that.
Oh, shit.
We're just gonna wipe that away. But the movie is amazing. There was that one shot. A couple things. Spitfire. So there was that one shot where Spider-Man, he was in the Spidey suit, and he was being jumped by those fucking creatures, and like his spider legs were like stabbing him, and like he had this like this certain facial expression thing going on, and it looked like the shot, like the color palettes and everything, like that moment felt like it was paying homage to like Marvel zombies, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That type of shit.
Yeah,
that's what it reminded me of, and there was something else I was gonna mention, but
that dude was getting fucked up at that point. Like, he was surrounded, like he was like just like dogpiled by them things.
Iron Man seeing Spider-Man again and like his reaction to that, I thought was really.
Oh yeah.
Or even like when Tony Stark was dying and like Peter Parker was watching him die, it's weird. It's like in the Infinity War, half of the team died, half of everyone died, and then in Endgame, they got reversed. But like the original team that we all started with, that we've been on this ride with for the past 21 films,
it was the Endgame.
Yeah, their story is done now.
They're done. They can go drink some Bloody Marys on the beach.
Yeah.
It's over with.
They can.
Johansson can go, I guess, go make Ghost in the Shell a sequel or something.
Yeah. I loved when Tilda Swinton, when the Ancient One and the Hulk were talking.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were in 2012. And the Hulk was like, "I really need the time stone," and she just goes, and like astral projects him into his astral self or whatever. And that whole thing was just nuts because she's like, "Oh, that guy's not gonna become Doctor Strange until like 5 years from now." And that whole moment was great.
She's like, you want to go talk to him? He's like a couple blocks down the street in surgery.
I thought the ways that they used Ant-Man in the story were pretty clever and cool. There was one moment where he was like running as a giant like during the battle, and I was like, what the fuck?
Right.
That's gotta be the greatest battle sequence in superhero filmmaking.
It reminds me of Helm's Deep.
Helm's Deep?
Lord of the Rings, definitely. It reminds me of that kind of battle. Like, as kids, we used to like wait for that climax, for that battle climax, and like fucking replicate the battle with like sticks and shit in the woods. That's what that reminded me of. If we were kids, that's what we would be doing, like replicating that in-war battle with our friends in the woods and shit like that.
Yeah.
We'd be doing the same thing. So that it took me back to those days, like, because usually like nowadays when they make battle sequences like that in a lot of these movies, it's kind of like lame and like repetitive, and they do the same shit. Like, basically, this is just all awesomeness just thrown at you.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a stroke sitting there in the movie because there's so much happening. Like you said, with Spider-Man being thrown everywhere and that fucking that fucking.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. During the last hour of the movie, when that part where like we see that shot that's like it shows like all the women, all the major women characters are in one shot, you know.
Right.
And then right after that, like there's this crazy moment where Tessa Thompson's character, I think Valkyrie is her name, she's like flying by on this Pegasus that like scoops up Spider-Man, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And like these are nerdgasming worthy.
I had a
moments.
nerdgasm in that motherfucker, like straight up.
It was just
like in the IMAX theater. It's just the IMAX screen.
Yeah.
Like,
and I want to see it again. Like you probably want to see it again now too. But now, like I just saw it for a second time. I want to see it for a third time. It made $1.2 billion this weekend. I mean, what's gonna happen with Endgame? Is this movie gonna make a $3 billion? Like, what's going on?
There's a lot of people that's gonna go back and see it again.
Do you think even in the second weekend and even further, like people are they just can't get enough? Shit.
I think so. Because there was so much. I got to see it again. There was so much.
Well, there's only so many seats too. There's probably people hungry to see it, and it keeps selling out. We barely even gotten to.
At 7:30 a.m., there was a packed theater.
Yeah, for our showing, it was packed.
Except for the first row, but whatever. Like, nobody can see down there. But
Right.
other than that, anything beyond, like behind us and the people that were in front of us, it was a packed theater. Like.
And I even really liked Nebula in this film, and I've never even really cared for her character.
I love Nebula.
Go ahead. Shout out to that.
She had a key role. Paul Rudd had a key role.
Right.
Even what's the name? Hawkeye, because they Hawkeye and Ant-Man missed out in Infinity War, but
Right.
it all makes sense why. Like they carry a lot of weight in this movie, especially Ant-Man, because he's the reason why, from bringing up the quantum realm, why they could even successfully do what they do.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be nothing.
I don't know. Is there any other things that come to mind about Endgame that you want to spitfire on really quick?
Let me see. Because I swear, sensory overload. It was mental overload with this movie.
Yeah, it was a lot.
That's why I have to see it.
Tony Stark saw his dad as an adult,
there you go.
and I thought that was great. You know, I thought that was like pretty poignant and sweet, and for some reason it like kind of reminded me of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind a little bit.
That's that scene with him and his dad.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of the way that Jim would go weave in and out of past memories.
Right.
You know, and like his reactions.
Cap saw his girl, and she was probably like 50-something years old at that time.
Oh yeah, what's crazy is that the Captain America, he got to live out a whole life. So like, one thing I paid
Happy for Cap.
Oh yeah, I'm happy for Cap. But one thing I paid attention to is that like the first frame of the film is like a close up of a bow and arrow, and then like the last frame is like Cap is in the 40s or 50s and he's kissing his girl.
Great way to end the movie.
You know. Damn, and then that old time music's playing. Oh,
imagine like if he did tell her everything that he went through and the future he saw. He got like he went through years and years in the future and experiencing all that. Then to go back to his time, because you kind of forget he's from the 40s. So when he went back to go return all the stones, how could he resist having a chance to stay in that time? Like if he had a chance. So, I mean,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. And I didn't think about that at first because I kind of skipped my mind. Even though when we saw his emotion when he saw, I forgot her name. When he was it something Agent Carter or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
When he saw her, his emotion, he didn't have to say shit. But the way he was looking, you could tell he was like, man, I can just walk in it right now. But he knew it wasn't the time to do that. But he knew that he had it once he completed his mission with the stones. He said, fuck it, I don't have to come back. But he still did come back. He just was old.
Yeah.
And he passed the torch to my main man Sam. That was a tear-jerking moment. I had to swig my beer on that. That was a tear-jerk. That was like Sons of Anarchy when they fucking gave the cut to that one guy because they weren't supposed to. If you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. It was that same kind of feeling. I don't know why. I do know why.
Yeah. Peggy was.
Peggy.
Yeah, the chick that Cap was with at the end. Oh yeah, Thor seeing his mom, like when Thor time travels and he sees his mom, like, and it's like her last day of life, you know. I thought that was really well done. And then he thinks of like, oh yeah, Mjolnir or whatever, he goes, boom, and like the hammer from that time period like zaps into his hand.
I would spit that shit out in like the last 5 seconds I was right there. You're gonna die in a couple minutes. Just let you know. She it looked like she kind of knew something like that was gonna happen. Don't tell me shit, buddy. Son.
It's kind of nasty.
Alright.
That was the point. That was the point where it was, oh my god, Chris Evans actually said Avengers assemble, and then like the whole MCU
when he said that,
launches, and
I was with him, bro. I was just, well, let's assemble.
It's the best. It's the best. Anybody who's bitching about this film is probably a bitch themselves.
Yeah, probably, you know, they need to, just like I said in Interstellar review like years ago, they should jump off a fucking cliff.
Oh yeah, and that scene, the scene between Happy, played by Jon Favreau, and Morgan Stark, the daughter, I thought was pretty sweet. He was like, you know, your dad liked burgers, you know? I was like, damn!
Want a cheeseburger?
That felt like some Dragon Ball Z shit, you know what I'm saying? Like on the tail end of Dragon Ball Z, you know?
Damn, dude. And then while watching that scene, I can kind of see like her future and like all the people that would be there and shit like that. But I can see like her aging and growing up and people like kind of like working together to pick up, you know, where Iron Man would have been there.
Yeah.
Like, especially that guy who directed Jungle Book and Lion King.
Right. I just, damn, her father is just straight.
He was a great dad.
Right.
Great dad. He made a sacrifice. Like his life was fine.
Yeah, like when she told him, like, you know, I love you 3,000, you know, like think about that and then think about like, you know, him in the third act where he's like fucking roasted, dying, you know, Pepper and Don Cheadle comes up and Spider-Man are like pleading and he just fades out and that moment where they, you know, they're sending stuff down the river and there's that one trophy that says like, you know, Tony Stark had a heart or whatever it says. Damn.
Is that proof that Tony Stark has a heart?
Yeah. The Russo brothers killed it. They're like goddamn cinematic mobsters. They killed it. Ever since Winter Soldier, I loved Winter Soldier, I loved what they did with that, but Civil War, 10 out of 10. Infinity War, 10 out of 10. Endgame, 10 out of 10. They ever come back to MCU again, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, dude, they can.
Sons of bitches.
They can bust them down on the floor
The Scarlet Witch. There's even a great scene with Scarlet Witch where she fucking just wigs out on Thanos, and Thanos literally not only was getting his ass handed to him, but Thanos had to literally rain down hell with missiles just to make her ass stop.
Like, what about our soldiers? He's like, fuck them.
Right.
Come on. Dude.
Save me, just can't get my ass.
Help me.
That was great, you know.
She got her redemption. She got her, revenge for old dude.
I need to see it again.
Man.
I need to see it again. I want to see it again. Like, literally, Disney, for the next few weeks, they're going to be like...
I just got Final Flash, like Vegeta's Final Flash. That's what that movie did to me. I was like... that's what happened.
In a moment, I'm about to eat me a honey bun, and then I'm about to relax. I just can't believe it. I can't believe they did it. They fucking did it. Those fucking pussies. Those fucking cunts.
Do like 1,000
fucking
cartwheels.
pussies. They did. They did it.
1,000 cartwheels, baby.
They did it. Those fucking. They fucking did it. They made a perfect fucking Marvel movie.
Perfect. DC.
At this point, I almost don't even care about what they got in Phase 4 or 5. Just let me know when the next MCU event films are coming. Because if you make Secret Wars, I'm gonna piss myself.
DC. Come on.
You know what's interesting? At first I was kind of like, I don't know, because I was like, fuck, everyone died in the first one, and then they all come back. And I was like, fuck, it's just sort of like a cop out. But then, what's interesting? In the title, they are the Avengers.
They are.
Okay.
I'm doing.
So anybody who's out there who's like, no, it's a cop out, this movie stinks, blah blah. Motherfucker, they're called the Avengers. That's what they did. They avenged.
It's very sad,
Boom! The Russos. Clever sons of bitches. And they're not for everyone, obviously.
I want to shake their hands.
Every film is flawed, including this one.
If you haven't seen it, you gotta go see it.
For me, I don't have any substantial flaws. I got a whole list of nitpicks, but they're not really worth going into because the positives freakishly outweigh the negatives.
11 out of 10.
It's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's a 10 out of 10 for him. It's just fantastic. I don't know. Is there anything? I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say.
I'm gonna say it brought the kid out of me that loves superhero comics.
Yeah,
I was a geek.
The music was great.
Oh yeah.
And I love Thanos's.
I kind of want to look up the score a little bit.
I like Thanos' theme, his theme. I like it, and it played like when RDJ when he's just like I'm Iron Man, when like the Thanos' army is like dusting, right? That scene where we hear the Thanos theme song and Thanos like goes to sit down and then slowly. He just like gets dusted. You know what that reminded me of? By the way, Breaking Bad spoilers in 1, 2, 3. The death of Thanos reminded me of the death of Gus from Breaking Bad. There's an explosion.
Gus!
And Gus, he sort of walks out into the hallway. And then when he turns, we realize, when he walks into the hallway, we're all like, oh my God, he lived? And then when he turns, he's fucking like Two-Face, we're all like, oh shit, he died.
He tried to fix his tie real quick.
But the death of Thanos reminded me of like the death of
Thanos was just like, let me go ahead and take a seat, because I already know.
It was so perfect. It was perfectly fucking done.
He's like, I'm done.
It was perfectly fucking done. And, I don't know, is there anything else you want to... I guess... You know how in Interstellar when Matthew McConaughey he listened to those voice messages after
20 years and shit.
It was that time dilation thing.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could say to some extent, for the people who got dusted and for the people who did not get dusted, there was a little bit of time dilation, but
yeah,
in a similar way, but.
Luckily for Peter Parker, when he went back to high school, I'm guessing most of the fucking kids didn't get dusted. He saw his boy.
But like his boy hadn't seen him in 5 years.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
My boy.
And remembered him dying and shit.
Yep.
And you don't wanna know.
You don't wanna know me.
Hey, Alright, but anyway. But yeah, I know this video's pretty long. I think we're definitely over the 30-minute mark. So I don't think I have anything else particular to add.
I'm gonna have to see it again, definitely, because there's gonna be a bunch. I know there's gonna be other things that I see again when I see it the second time, because
Yeah.
I was just watching it this time. Shit.
Yeah. It
Every second, like this is. I never thought like fuck. I want this shit to end so I can go pee or something. I didn't think that at all.
And one of my favorite moments in the whole one of my favorite frames is when Tony Stark and Iron Man they're looking at each other and he's like Iron Man's like, "Do you trust me?" And then Captain America's like, "Yes," because when you think how far they've come since Civil War, it makes that moment, especially on the second viewing, really profound, and just like seeing the different, their hair's a different color and they look aged, and you can tell the stakes are high, and that frame.
And that's how you can tell he trusted him. Shit, the stakes are really high. You fuck up one time, that's it. They could have got stuck back there.
But I don't think there's anything else that I need to particularly add at the current time, but I just it's just such a massive fucking movie.
Fuck yeah.
And it's like a once in a generational type of thing, this movie and Infinity War. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll be like 45 next time. Maybe not even then.
It's just like it's just such a massive movie, And when I went to see this movie, I had no idea what was going to happen. Mm-hmm. So like, going to see a movie this gargantuan, knowing so little, was just like every few moments I was like, what? Oh shit, right. What? Woo! Whoa!
It was a ride for sure, definitely.
Yeah, like a roller coaster.
Hell yeah. That's
and
a movie experience. That's what you call a movie experience. Like, it was an experience.
Right.
Like, especially in IMAX, definitely.
But I think that's all I got.
Can't wait till it comes out on Blu-ray, 4K, all that, so I can watch it.
I think I mentioned that if I had to compare it to something, I would compare it to Inception.
Oh yeah.
And if I had to compare it to a film, I would compare it to Christopher Nolan's Inception.
Inception had layers. Like, that movie had so many multiple layers, but it was put together in a way that was understandable.
Yeah, the way that the characters would interact with each other in regards to the mission at hand in that film felt very similar in this film, and man, it's just like the humor is so great, that is America's ass, and then like, it's Thanos getting his head cut off, or even him dancing with
Peggy
at the end. The film is effective. I think it's pretty perfect.
I gave it 2 thumbs up. I gave it 10 out of 10. 5 stars.
But yeah, what you guys think? Let us know down below. I think I'm done. All right. I think we're gonna cut it off. Let us know what you thought down below. Make sure to leave a like, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, theorize, murder each other. Shit. I'm done.
Boom.
Cadillac.